Willits, Ohman Stories, Going Postal.
Roland Willits, Ohman Stories. I'm sitting in the background of this and I'm just absolutely thrilled. We have Iris and Irv Ohman. And this is about the post office for our radio show. And Irv was a postman for 26 years. And then he had 30 years in because he had 4. And he was a communications, which is close to post office, in the military. He was in the Air Force. And he was over in Germany at the time. Or was he? It was close to, was it in Germany?
England, Germany,
England,
France.
Germany, France. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was in his wilder days. Okay, so we're going to talk with him today, and we're going to cover the postal area. And Irv, you worked here in Pelican, right?
No, I was part-time, flexible.
How about
Part-time
did you
mail
work?
carrier for
Did you?
2 years
Oh,
and 24 in the office as a clerk.
okay. Did you have any, things where someone come in and try to rob you or anything?
No, never had any problem that way.
See that postal, everything in the postal is quiet and serene, right?
Yes.
Those people come in and don't complain a bit, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh.
We won't mention them.
Oh, that's the ones we want to mention. You have any real irate ones that want to come over the wall?
No.
You did? No, okay.
Once if the Social Security check was late, they come and let you know.
They would come and let you know if there's, the SS checks.
We would tell them, why don't you have direct deposit?
That was just a short time ago, direct deposit. That was within the last 8-10 years. They didn't have deposit. They have direct deposit before that?
Oh yeah, I had it there. I've been retired going on 25 years, and it was before that.
Wow.
Yeah, they had direct deposit, yeah.
Wow.
As I did.
I know I do.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you drove around, you did all the routes in this whole area, all our lake routes.
Well, I started on was Route 3.
And where'd that go?
Well, I got to give credit to one man that got me into the post office because I had no idea a postal career not in it at all. He asked me to be a substitute mail carrier, and I agreed I would do that. And I worked 2 years at that, and then somebody got sick or something, so I'd go to another route, and the same thing happened again, so I hauled in all the route. Well, I was about the only one in the area that was really acquainted because I did TV service for many years. So I knew practically where everybody lived. I didn't even have to go on the route. I just looked at the letter and I knew where it would go. So it worked out really well.
Oh, so you were a traveler through the rain and the snow and the sleet and the hail.
If you heard of Maplewood Park, the whole Route 3 was in Maplewood.
Maplewood is sort of jungle.
You know?
It's northern jungle.
Well, it was, you got winter time, they didn't really plow the road too good down there. And you got back in there, and it was the days before, cell phones, And I remember one time I was back in there by Maplewood Church. It was going down the hill and a curve in the bottom and a long hill. I think it was at least 6 times I tried to make it, and I finally did.
Those are some pretty big hills there. That's surprising for Minnesota.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Did you put chains on your tires?
No, never did.
Never did. Oh, you did the whole time. You had snow tires, though, right?
Oh yeah, that was automatic.
That was that's a winter absolute here.
Yeah.
So, did you ever deliver it here at Lizzie?
Oh yeah, I did. This was one of the routes.
Oh, you probably brought mail to my parents.
Oh yeah. Pelican Lake and Maplewood Grove out west of town. It's a pretty big area.
Wow.
Water Beach
Which beach?
on Pelican Lake.
Oh, on Pelican Lake.
And we had the southern side of Pelican Lake.
What did you do when you came to a mailbox like ours and it was broke down because some snowplow bent it over.
We probably deliver the mail to you, but then you get it fixed. Or you could come in and get it. We'd leave a note. You'd have to come and pick it up. That's all it was fixed.
Yeah, I think I've seen those. Yeah.
And packages too. We would try to deliver them at the door if they weren't home, or leave them by the mailbox. I still remember when I was 16 years old, the mailman. Well, I ordered a new 12-gauge shotgun from Sears, the wish book, and he left it laying in the road ditch, along by the mailbox. Well, there was the days when you trusted everybody,
That's right.
You don't do that today.
No, it's not. It's not quite the same ball game. Yeah, the mail, they still will drop it off and put it in a little package and put it on the door.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine, he left that, he hung it on the mailbox. There was this man had ordered a suit. He had a dog that got a little inquisitive, and he tore it down and dragged the suit across the yard a little bit. He thought he was going to have to buy a new suit, but he took it to the cleaner and it was just like new again. So he got lucky. Otherwise, he'd had to buy him a suit.
That was another postal worker, right?
That was another mail carrier. This was in Maplewood.
Oh, okay. And they all worked out of Pelican, right?
Yeah.
So when you worked in the office, it's like magic for me. When you worked in the office, you hand these mail packages across the counter, and they sort of disappear, and magically they appear somewhere else. It's always been that way. So you're in that mysterious area. Did you ever work down the cities or anything in the big post office?
No, I just worked right here.
Okay. So where did you buy your home? You have a home right on the route here, right down 59.
Yeah.
Did you have it when you were postal?
Yeah, I had a place in town, and I did my service work there too. And this house come up for sale, and it was kind of unusual. A friend told me about it, and went out and talked to the fellow, and I told him, well, if I can sell my house, I'll buy yours. Well, he knew somebody was interested in my house, so within a week, the whole thing was made, and nobody even knew about it.
Those are the nicest things. And you have a beautiful home right on the road into Pelican. You got that beautiful lake view out of the back.
Yeah, we enjoy it there. I've been here since '69.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Wow. So this is sort of miraculous that you went 26 years with. Did you have any accidents?
No, never
Never had an accident. You got to get this. This is special. And your greatest thing was not making a hill in Maple, in Maplewood Park.
It is Maplewood Park now.
What was it then? It was just Maplewood Township area. Yeah. And it seems to me, because I drove winters when I was growing up with my dad to do the Star and Tribune, deliver the bundles. And every once in a while we'd have things that we wish didn't happen. Did you break down ever on your route?
One time, and that was because of snow too. I got stuck and I was trying to go back and forth, and I took the spider gears out of the rear end.
Oh, and so you were sitting there and then.
No, then yeah.
What do you have to walk to?
Well, I got somebody. I guess I went to home and called them, and then they got somebody to pull me home.
Yeah, because you knew everyone, didn't you?
Oh yeah, no problem.
So you just walked in and it says, "Hey, Mike, can I use your phone? My car is down the road." Is that what you?
Yeah, it was about that way. Yeah, no problem. But that's in all the years. I mean, that's never had really any problem other than the weather. When been no problem.
That's what that's the postal around here is weather is always.
I had a friend that, well, it was an accident, but he was parked because his car was coming at him. So he pulled off to the side of the road as far as he could go and stop, and the car drove right into him. So they had the postal inspector had an investigation and had a postmaster, his name was Jim McDonald, and he would tell it like it was, And the postmaster, he asked the postmaster, what could he have done to avoid the accident? Well, he says, well, the only thing I can figure out is if he just spent 5 more minutes having coffee, then he wouldn't have been there.
Iris, you handle it. Any stories you remember?
Well, I remember him telling me about some of the mail that they would get. We have a lot of Johnsons around here, and so they'd have to kind of figure out which Johnson sometimes it was. I think there was about 4 Donald Johnsons at one time. So they had to figure out if they didn't have the address, complete address, who it belonged to. And I can remember him telling me that one time it came gray-haired old grandma. And by the return address, they found out who it belonged to.
Wow.
And got it to the right person.
Oh, by the return address, yeah.
Grandma Johnson. Well, that's how we figured out the Donald Johnsons, because one had the supper club and one had, and by their return address, what business it was, the return address we could.
So
we get it delivered.
you knew everyone and you knew their relatives, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
so it is a big family here.
And it's nice in a small town where you know everybody. And I lived around here all my life, so.
Well, you ever get nervous when he was out there and when there was a blizzard?
Well, by the time we were married, he was not out on the road anymore. He was just working as a clerk in the post office.
Oh, okay.
And I got up every morning before 5 o'clock and fixed him a breakfast before he went in because he had to be to work at 5:30.
Were you working? Were you teaching then?
I was subbing in the Pelican school system when I first came here, but I would get up and make him a good breakfast, get him off to work. But I enjoyed that time of the day because we had children at home, and it was just a nice, peaceful time for me, to have in the morning before I started getting the kids up for school and stuff.
So you made breakfast for him, and then you had to make breakfast for the kids afterwards.
Yeah.
So you went real early.
Well, I went to work at 5:30.
Oh, wow.
I worked. I wasn't full-time carrier or clerk. I was part-time flexible, they called it, with full benefits. And I'd go in and maybe work till 8:30, 9:30, and then go back in the afternoon. So it fit in real good with my television servicing. I had most of the day off, so the 2 worked very good together.
So you went right downtown and went to your store, which was right across from where McDonald's is now. It used to be Conoco, was the Conoco service place there.
Well, this time come around, I had the shop in my home out there.
Oh.
So it worked out really well. But one thing about you getting up and making breakfast. The day when I retired, we had a party. Well, I had went down to the lawyer and I got his envelope and I got his letterhead, and then I had a friend type it all up, and she wondered what the heck this was. Well, it was to relieve her of getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make me breakfast.
I thought he was going to ask for a divorce or something after these years or something. So, but it was nice. He told me I didn't have to get up anymore for it. But.
Wow. Well, that was awesome to get up at 5 o'clock for all those years.
Yeah.
To send your postal carrier, a postal worker, out onto the road. You didn't have very far to drive actually in the Pelican, but even then you get a good storm, and it's tough making it that's out of the driveway.
I can remember one morning, 59 was really bad, and I first took one car, and I got stuck with that. I went back and get the other one. I got stuck both of them. I walked out to the post office. There they were sitting on the road, stuck.
So you just waited for it to melt, or else them to plow out and clear it a little, and went back and picked them up during right after your 8, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you were gonna walk back home. You could. It is a walk, but you could walk that fairly decent walk, but you could make that, couldn't you?
Didn't you take the snowmobile a few times?
Oh
too?
yeah, I went snowmobile a few times too.
To work.
Oh, okay. You have a snowmobile, so that would work. Yeah. Well, what I want you to say now is Irv Ohman stories, and look at the cameras there. Say it.
Irv Ohman story.
No, try it again. Irv Ohman, Ohman Stories. Because that's your last name. Ohman Stories.
Say,
This is Herb Ohman story.
Ohman Stories. One more day. Delivering mail.